Okay, I would say about 92, 93, in between that era. Um, we were living in Eden, North Carolina, in an apartment. We just moved there, and for almost like 6 months, they had never come in. Back then, you had these little cable things that they hooked up to your cable that uh, gave you a cable and stuff, and like these little devices that were about this big. If they wanted to add HBO, it'd be, you'd have like a line of them. But we were getting it free, but I noticed it was some dude had been going down at the other apartments and stealing them out of the cable boxes. Me trying to keep it to myself, I didn't say nothing else about it, but then our cable goes out, he steals ours. Now, when he steals ours, that's when I watch him. I watch him. I wanted to see where he went, so I called the cable company and told them. They said, there's a $500 reward for this dude. He's been ripping us off all over town. All you gotta do is find him and catch him, and the reward money is yours. So I started watching to see where he went, and I noticed what he was doing. He was coming up on the hill because the Golden Corral was down below us at the time. So what I would do is I'd watch the area to see where he would go. But then I seen him come out and he went down the hill to the Golden Corral parking lot, and he was parked right there in this little blue car. So I knew what kind of car he was driving. So you know what I did? Since I knew who he was and I knew where his car was going, I politely got in my car, and I followed him, to where he lived at. So I knew where he lived. So then the cable company gets me in touch with the Eden Police Department, and they say, "You come with us, and you tell us where he's at." And sure enough, they took me in the house with them, and they found all the stuff he'd been stealing for. Evidently, he'd been stealing that stuff for months, and they couldn't catch him. And what he was doing was he was stealing them, and then he was rigging them up so people could buy them and get free cable. And he was probably making money off of it. Not only did they found some cocaine in his house too, but I was following. I followed him, and then the police said, "Come to the police station and see if you can point him out." So I did. I went to the police department and I pointed him out, and then the cable company said, "Hey, you got to be in court. You got to be in court to testify that you saw him do it. And as soon as you do, we'll give you the money." And so we go to court. And I'm there at the courthouse. This is where it gets really funny. I go to the courthouse, and I testify. Like, I did my part. They gave me the money, but then the judge tells Tom Warner Cable at the time. He tells Tom Warner Cable. He says, um, "You have to cover the cost of court. You won the against him. He's going to jail, but you have to pay the cost of the courts." And guess what? The cost of courts is more than you know. You know, the cost of courts. They had to pay that and pay me, so it was a lose lose for them. And the guy probably just got a little bit of time and got released. I mean, but but they lost that reward money, and they still had to pay the cost of courts, and they were mad. But you know what? It serves them right. It serves them right, especially nowadays when there's Spectrum now, and they just screwing me over and wouldn't give me internet. And it's right up the street, right on this dirt road, but we're not qualified for it. How in the world, if you live 3 houses from the main power thing for Spectrum, they can't bring it down here? Screw them. All it comes about is the fact that nobody down here wanted it, and I was the only one that did want it, so they wouldn't give it to me. They was wanting to sell it to everybody. They did on the other side, but not on this side. They didn't. But that's like I said. That's one of the stories. one of the kind of humorous stories, and to know that I could do detective work. I could have probably been a police officer. I could have, I followed the dude. I learned where he was going. I learned where he was going. Then I figured out where he was parking when he was doing what he was doing. So it was just a matter of point A, point B, and getting behind him and following him home. And then when I followed him home and got that got that address, then the police came, and then guess what? I was $500 richer, and back in those days, that was a lot of money. In the early '90s, that was a lot of money, and I just think that's funny. It's funny because you know, it all came about because my free cable got cut off, and if the dude just left my box alone, guess what? He would still been stealing those things because I wouldn't have cared. I didn't care. I mean, I didn't know what he was doing with it, but at the same time, I didn't care. But when he stole mine and cut mine off, and this is even the sweeter deal. After he did it, they gave me free cable for I think 6 months. Just because I reported him, and they turned it back on and gave me free cable. But don't, like I said, don't mess with me. I got ways of finding out and getting back. And that's the good thing about it. And I ain't decided what the next one's gonna be. But this one was a really good one, and I had forgot about it. But there could be, there's gonna be more. Listen, here's the thing about me. Um, Here's the thing about me. I lived a pretty daggum crazy life. My whole life. I'm gonna do one. In fact, the next one's gonna be about that haunted house I lived in. The one my dad died in, and everybody died in it. That's gonna be the next one I do. But this one right here, like I was saying, there's more to me than just Bigfoot and ghosts. You know, there's 15 years of pro wrestling that I may decide to start talking about. I don't know. I might. I ain't decided. But the next few ones gonna be about ghosts and the mainly the place where everybody, it was so freaking creepy, and to this day it's still creepy. I can't ride by it without getting creeped out. But anyway, this was it for this week, and then next week we'll start another couple of them. And like I said, I hope everybody enjoys.